Mr. Anderson, what are you announcing today?
Today we're launching the self-referral scheme which will revolutionise the physiotherapy service on the island.
How's that?
Because it's enabling patients to see physiotherapists in a more timely manner. Before they've had to go through their GPs and be referred, we're bypassing the GP if you like. They can self-refer to physiotherapists by filling a form in and seeing somebody within 48 hours. So
this will save money?
It'll not save money. What it'll do, it make this service far more efficient. It'll enable our patients to see the physiotherapists sooner, which means they'll be able to hopefully get better quicker and make more use of our service.
So if 25% go through the GPs, those people won't have to go through GPs, therefore will save a bit of time anyway, if nothing else.
Yes, under 16-year-olds still have to go through GPs in certain categories, but the general person will be able to go through this system. So it'll take a significant amount of pressure off GP practices.
This has been tried and tested elsewhere, I presume in the UK or somewhere?
It has. We've been looking very closely at places in the UK that have been doing this for some time, learning from their experiences and trying to adopt the best practice for the island.
So people pick up the form or they go online and they put a few X's on their body where they've got pains and then you're in the system almost?
But basically that's right. We will have three locations where this is being delivered, one north, one south and one centrally in Douglas. And we'll have a central administration system which will deal with the forms and will allocate a place for somebody to go where there's capacity at that time.
While I've got you, let's talk a bit about health then, because you're one of the few departments that hasn't had any cutbacks, but there has been some moving of chairs around, should we say, people and places and things that had to be
basically, we have extra budget compared with what we had 12 months ago, but you have to recognise that the demand for health services increases year on year. So we have to do things in a more timely and more effective manner. And this is just one example where we're not actually having more resource, we're actually using that resource in a better and more efficient way.
In previous years, though, you probably would have got even more money. I mean, are you being a bit stifled, would you say?
I think it's helping us to focus on how to deliver our services better.
Because there's always these sort of things about there's so many managers at the hospital.
Yeah, we always get those throwaway lines, and people really don't understand. We have to have people managing the service to get the best use out of them.
Is the health service fit for service?
It is, and it's improving, and this is just one example of how we're improving it.
And more things in the pipeline to try and bring things into the modern way of doing it, online. And
we're constantly looking at delivering our services in a more efficient way, and we have to do that because the pressure will continue to grow on us as the life expectancy of our population gets longer, expectation gets higher, the number of procedures a person will receive in their lifetime increases. It'll put pressure on our services, so we have to constantly be thinking, how can we deliver a service in the best and most efficient way?
Will the NHS stay free for everybody?
I wish it could, but we're in the real world, and I think in times to come it's going to have to be delivered to those that need it in the most cost-effective manner, but there might be certain areas that we have taken for granted over the years in relation to, say, prescription charges and things like that, where we just can't possibly in the future deliver things free of charge to everybody, and there will be changes in the pipeline as far as that's concerned, but those haven't been decided as yet.
But interesting answer. So therefore there could be means testing of some degree going on at some point.
Who knows? Who knows? Watch this space.
What about the charges for prescriptions? Where are they going to go?
I can't comment on charges and prescriptions. We have a Council of Ministers decision awaited on that. We have a paper to go to the Council of Ministers shortly, and the Council of Ministers will determine if the Department's proposals are acceptable.
Well, they're not going to go down, so I'm taking it that they are going to go up. I mean, you've almost hinted that is going to be the case. I mean, this is where you normally soften up the public beforehand, isn't it? This is what you should be doing to get ready for an increase in the prices. Increase in prices of what? For the prescriptions.
I think we're looking at the exemption criteria more than anything.
Okay, but it's pretty well a safe bet to think or to imagine that the price of prescriptions for every member of the working population that isn't on any benefits is likely to rise again?
Not necessarily.
But you indicated it might.
The paper is not decided upon yet. However, we're looking at the exemption criteria rather than the cost of prescriptions.